All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 35 of the Michelle and Tony Show. For this particular episode, we are going to be here with a guest speaker to basically talk and break down the benefits and trade-offs of a boarding school and know which is greater than the other. So, Stephen, thank you so much for agreeing to be on this show. It is such an honor.
Thank you so much, Michelle and Tony. I really appreciate you guys calling me out to do this. I am privileged. So I'm Stephen Nwafor.
Yeah,
I'm the guest speaker, right?
yeah, you're the guest speaker.
So I'll be giving you. So I went to a boarding school. I don't want to mention my school before it's
Yeah,
implicated, but I went to a real boarding school
yeah,
that when you talk about a typical Nigerian boarding school where real crazy things happen. Yeah,
okay.
that was my school. So should I go into like the
Okay, like what was boarding school experience for you? Like, everything is layers. So like what we basically want to do at the end of this podcast is to know which one, whether it pays off more than it takes or it takes more than it pays off. So like let's start from like what was your boarding school experience like?
Okay, first question, whether it pays more than it takes.
Yeah.
I feel like generally after going through 6 years, it pays more than it takes. Because starting from just S1, when I came, we're like 10, I'll be 15. You don't really know anything, you just come. But another thing, I was privileged because I had two brothers that was already in the school. One was in SS2, the other was in SS1. So I had guidance on
Yeah.
how like the way things work. And they gave me four instructions. Like
For instructions. Can you hear them?
the first one was anytime you see people running for no reason, run. Like run. The second was like you to remember um um don't disrespect your senior, something like that. I don't remember everything vividly, but like I remember it was four, and I remember that first one I mentioned very well. Like when you so wait, even if once you see people, and the funny thing is like there's one particular sound that you hear, people are running.
Yes.
In hostel, there's supposed to
Exactly.
be one
Yes.
silent.
Yes. Exactly.
Everyone will be
Exactly.
silent. You're
Yes.
just hearing
Like
food.
yes. Food and pushing of bunk and pushing of football. Like you just hear to like nobody needs to tell you that fucking like
One thing you don't look around, you now sight the danger.
yeah, yeah,
Go be one
exactly.
staff holding bell, one senior. Or sometimes you get unfortunate to be too late. You just turn your yeah, as they whip you.
Yeah.
Or what the slang they used back then was zuba. So they will zuba you your belt.
Wow.
So if they catch you, bro, they go zuba you, guy. And been funny, guy.
Actually, it's not funny, guys. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not
So
funny.
when I came, I didn't. Well, I say I was there. That back then, the normal connotation of Ajebo. Yes, I was an Ajebo. I
Yeah.
didn't really do know much. I was a soft child,
Yeah.
but I still had like a lot of privileges. When I got there, I started walking, learning how to sweeping more. I knew how to sweep, but like sweeping dirty, really dirty places, and my skin was reacting to the environment. It was crazy, but like I adapted. Like well, one thing that happened to me in my school, there's a particular hostel designated for only JSS1 student. We call it back hostel.
Yeah.
And there's the main hostel where like is a compilation of every other class, SS2 to SS3.
Yeah.
JSS2 to SS3. So I was inside the main hostel instead of the place that was meant for JSS1 boys. The reason being is that if you go in straight into that main hostel, guy, you will suffer. Like you will really suffer. And yes, I suffered, but not too much based on the fact that I was with my brothers. I was in my brother's hostel. But like since I was in JSS1, anytime they were doing punishment for SS2, JSS2, sorry, I was part of JSS2 boys. I'll now face it. Like I remember vividly, there was this morning that they were doing morning prayers.
Yeah.
And the way they do morning prayers, there's like lines for each class. So there was no extra line for just one, so I
Yeah.
was definitely say with just two. So they now said just two boy, me not lie down. I did like, I did like, what did they happen? See, me now lie down. Now they mad all of now. They go talk me now, come off for prayers. Now they sleep. Now they follow now seniors they sleep now. No wahala. I say shoot. They start from the first person. I did laugh. I mean, I always stayed at the back cause normally you not stay in front of your senior. That kind of thing. They feel what owes you. No. Guy, may they catch you for bed, bro. That way, bro. So they started flogging from the first line. You know the sound of belt,
the sound of belt against skin, guy, bro. I can't forget that sound.
I just they went for my own. I just kukuba like that. I just as you just read my book, I don't know. You know what to be chesting now. I did chest. Normal. I did chest, but guy, they get this. We see, bro. They chow me. So guy, now the first time they chow me, but they get this encounter in my first term. I encountered one of my brother's mates in SS2. The guy is my school father. I had many school fathers with my brother. I had a lot of school fathers, but it was this day. It was during Apollo season. Guy, I walked into the hostel gate. I came in from the hostel gate, and then he was coming out. Wait, that was on a Sunday. The day before was a Saturday, right? That Saturday was a visiting day. Okay. You know what that means? They were expecting like my V-Day stuff. So that's what they used to call it. Where my V-Day stuff, where my V-Day money, this kind of thing. So they avoid the guy because the guys normally as a junior student, you go get people who say you get for mine and people who say you go Jones. Yes. So in the part of those Jonesy category. Now the guy was going, I was going in. I now like turn my face the other way so that he will not see my face. The guy now told me they mad. Run go like that for the house there. They crazy. I don't know what they really happen. Say, come they mad. Go like that for the house there. I can't go. The guy come. Yes. Like I didn't go because before that they sent me. His mate have already sent me to go for dining. It was the money time. We had money dining. To go for dining and get food for him. Bring my own food though. Yeah. You know they go dining, but instead they send junior students. May they put food for them. Come on stay. That aside, but like guy, now like he come tell me, oh yeah now after I finish they do that one. After that dining, come go lie down. Guy, I did like wetin I do this guy? Cause me, I know all the like possible fuck up J-boy if do use disrespect senior we say you go enter in trap as he go really won't beat you change am for you. Now I come after the dining I go give the senior. I don't even see my brother. The way why I give the food no even like poo body won't come protect me anything. You know do that one guy. You just go meet them now know what they talk.
They can never like the thing about seniors. You can never touch the junior. You can never tell like in front of it what's it called, you want to stand. Let's say now me and Mitchell are in the same class now. We're seniors and you're a junior. And I told you to run around for me, do you understand?
Yes.
And then he now told you to do something for him and you disobey him. Yes. You cannot come to me to solicit. No, I cannot solicit for you.
Normally
that kind of thing. I can't. It's my
now you mess up.
Now you mess up. Now you fuck up.
And just like one of those unwritten rules.
I can't just do anything like
and a lot of J boys, like a lot of junior students don't collect. They don't collect. Their mind don't be because of that kind of thing. So they go send you. Another one go send you. You go disrespect the first one. But the thing is say normal. If senior send you first, the first person that sent you, like if someone sends you and then another person that wants to send you have to tell that person that how far I beg. You go literally beg because guy, they get some kind of people they just with their head no day right. You go beg, say I beg, they don't send me. They can't fash you. Hopefully, some kind of people just they crazy, they don't consign. They can't shout for you. If you can't go do that one, you can't mess up for the first one side. They could change them for you. So like back to let me go back to what I was saying.
Yeah, so sorry, before you dive in there, this thing you said now had me concerned. And just as we were talking, one question came to my head. And I'm going to hear your answer. I'm going to hear Tony's answer, and I'm also going to give you my own answer.
Yeah.
Since all of us went to boarding school. And my question is, these people that maltreated you in boarding school,
yes,
right? These people that maltreated you in boarding school. Now, after your secondary school now, if you do ever encounter these people, like, what is going to be your reaction to them? Like, are you going to just be normal, or like I'm not saying you're going to rush them and slap them,
Yes,
no, but
yes.
like, are you still going to have that thing in your head, like
Like
this
a
person?
grudge.
Yeah,
A
I still going to have
grudge.
that thing in your head, like, me and this person can't walk, or me and this person can't. Like, for you, I just want to know
Yes.
your own take on it.
Me, from my own experience in boarding school, I hardly had those days where they will really like chop my father. Let me use that term, chop my father. Like they really beat me, but I had like few times. Those few times it happened rarely, so I don't really. There wasn't really any grudge. And the thing is, I said I had an advantage. I had brothers, so even when they were beating me, no matter, it reached an extent that some person would just pull up and just solicit for me, be like, please, now this now my guy brother, this kind of thing. I know I'm half an hour, I beg, those kind of things. So if I see them, I haven't even seen them. The thing is, the seniors are few
Yeah,
that
yeah.
actually beat me up really
Yeah.
bad. They are few. If I see them, I wouldn't. I don't really. I don't. I won't have a grudge against them. I would say how far, what's up, like what you. I'll catch up because you
Yeah.
don't know, they could really even help me. Because some of these seniors who are assholes, like not sometimes they do well in after school, but some other times they are like
They're just assholes for the
they're
rest of their life.
assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I remember when I was in SS1, and I wanted to barb my hair. So there was this senior that was sending me on an errand, and do you know what this guy was calling me? This guy called me Bingo. Guy, like, I'm telling you that there are times in that school where they have actually flogged the hell out of me. But that particular memory stands out, guy.
Bro.
That particular memory, like, bro,
Yeah.
it fucking stands out to me, guy. Like, you might laugh, but like, I didn't actually find this shit fun. This guy was calling me Bingo. Like, bro, fuck that shit. And then the worst part, he sent me so much errands that I was not now able to barb my hair. I didn't bath before going to the chapel. Like, guy, that day was just,
A
and
bad day.
I was running to the hostel. I was now running to the hostel because I've started ringing the bell. The SS3 guy that they told to be our hostel parent for just that 1 week because people were not around was already locking the hostel. Like, everything was just like scattered. I'm thinking that they have actually flogged the hell out of me. Flogged my back, flogged my ass. They have when I was in SS2, junior seminary called 4 people to hang me on the air and all.
Why?
But like the memory that
Crazy.
stands out is this guy that called me Bingo, guy. And yes, I do get your vibe on them. You know, you be chill with them and all this thing, but I will not be chill with that particular person, guy. I mean, there was even a day in SS3 said that I think he came back to the school. Like, this is why I was in SS3 that time, so this is why I looked at the guy. I don't know if the guy remember me. Most likely, you not remember the people you bully, but like,
Yeah.
this is why I looked at the guy. Like, he had to, like, even kind of, this thing when you have somebody like looking at somebody, you have somebody looking at each other now, so somebody just wants to greet first.
Yeah.
So he had to greet me first. Like, I was
Yes.
like, just giving thumbs up. No, but like, if that particular person, I know his name is SARNC. That particular person. Guy. This guy called me Bingo, guy. Like this guy actually called me a Bingo guy. Like, and he actually fucking pained me, guy. Like, I remember that day I cried. Like, I honestly cried. This guy did not flog me, but I cried, guy. Like, you should have just flogged me, guys. This guy called me fucking Bingo. And personally, that person, I'm not saying that I'll always, have grudge against it, but like, he's not someone I'm going to want to talk to. He's not someone I'm going to want to associate with. Like, I can see him from across the room and not even give a fucking shit about him. So that's just basically, but if it's junior seminarians and priests and all the people that flogged me, man, if I see them, I'll be fucking chill with them, guy. I'll like, I won't actually care. But that guy that called me Bingo, no go.
That was like,
I don't want to be the odd one out in this, like, what's it called? I went to a proper boarding school where seniors.
What do you mean by proper?
Like proper, like, like proper Catholic boarding school.
Oh, I
get now, exactly. So, but luckily for me, I was like not bullied at all. I never had like one.
The lucky ones.
Like, I never had one time where I swear, I never had one time where I was bullied in secondary school. Never had one time. I can't remember. The only one I can even remember was one time where I was sleeping and the senior came and told me, like, nights, guys, I don't know how he want. This girl was night snacks, but by that time everybody had eaten their own night snacks and everything now. And he just said, he just came into the room. Like he opened the like our room door. I was already about to like unlock like unfortunately for me, everybody was like on their bed about like sleeping basically. And then I was about to just like put my head down. She just entered the room. You gave me snacks. No, just guy gave me snacks and I'm hungry this night. I'm not eating. Just give me snacks.
It was kind of nice.
I was like,
from where?
I don't know where you wanted me to get the snacks from. Like I was already thinking what's he going to do to me. Like that was already what is this guy going to do to me?
You don't already chop your snacks.
But like God, like I've been eating my own snacks. Now what do you want me to do? This was so like what's it called? But you know what this call this night out, lighthouse now.
Light out.
Yeah, but basically I was just off our light. This guy, like he just came into the room. I was like, he's hungry, that he needs snacks. They see me now.
Hungry, senior.
Guy, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? What I was doing, but this guy never came back until the next day. And so when he saw me, I just gave him my afternoon snacks. That was just it.
I was in bullying.
Like exactly, I've never really had the time. You
can't even term that.
I never really had the time.
Compared to like what people have gone through, I can give you people's experience. Like, bro, people have really been fucked in school. Like they beat. Nah.
All right, let's hear from Sean. Sean knows what to say.
Well, things are crazy, guy. Telling you, I went to school, just one good boy like me, yeah, fine boy. I know like nobody was like my enemy. Was this one senior guy came to me. He just wasn't really just so came to me and told me, I hate you, guy. No. I just said it. Just no easy. What they call they argue? Why you hate me? Why you hate me? I just hate you, guy. I just hate you.
It didn't happen.
Can I say your mom guy? I told the guy, you want to? But still so brush with that there. Jesus, guy called the beg. But the guy start to move. Those guys make sense. I said that don't make sense. I'm telling you, guy.
No, actually, I kind of get that. Somebody who hate you for no reason, vibe. Yeah,
just because
I
they
actually
see
get.
your cover. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually know. Some people can just see you like hate your face.
Yeah,
like there are people like that. They are like sadists. Like
maybe
they hate your face.
there's a tendency that like there's somebody that you resemble that they hate that did them bad. You'll not like transfer that kind of
aggression to you. You know, for me, the group of people that I got the worst experience from in boarding school, it was not even senior self, it was my setmates. Because there was this bias against new students that entered the school in SS1. There was this they tagged us they have tagged us like
as
bro they call us NDG, like because our class was SS1G. SS1G is new student class. They call us NDG, like NDG Nabarro, like they just tagged us like and
because you guys
countless times, like people have done me dirty, like one guy that came to me one day in SS1 and he told me that he's the toilet inspector. There is no fucking shit as toilet inspector, and told me that I should give him my provision because I messed up the toilet, and I didn't fucking mess up the toilet. And I was telling the guy I didn't mess up the toilet. He was like, God, forget that thing you're saying. I'll report you. I'll fucking report you. And I give this guy a provision, guy. Only to find out some weeks later that like toilet inspector does not exist. Like, guy, people have done me dirty. Like, and I'm telling you, like, it's from my setmates that I saw like. The worst, like it's from my setmates that I saw the worst of the worst, but at the same time it's also from some of my setmates that I saw the best, like my best memories also from them too.
Everything, all my best memories.
Yeah.
The thing is, I understand what you mean. I finished my school from JS1 to SS3, and about those SS1 treating SS1 new students like that, I be badly.
Yeah.
It's cause like they are not cognizant of like the norms, the way school actually works. So in secondary school, there are a lot of corny guys. So any opportunity to use and exploit your mates mostly, because there will be times that you wouldn't have times to actually like any opportunity just get to exploit someone, they will take that opportunity quickly.
Well, I was also like, it was funny. I was also a new student, like a SS1, new intake, and lucky for me, some of my guys that were new intake with me, we wrote an exam. I don't know if you guys know St. Greg's in Lagos. I wrote St. Greg's in Lagos. We saw each other there, or it was failed because that exam was too fucking hard, guy. Fucking hard. All of us failed. We now went to go write what's it called, Mata. So we went to Mata and we saw ourselves there. We were like, oh my guy, so that exam I make. So that we all built this bond, and then we now had this orientation. So during orientation, we built bond with a lot of guys, man.
Yeah.
That we brought the vibe to our set.
Yeah.
The new student.
The new students. That's what we did. We brought the vibe,
because
there was this cultural divide between students. You know how when you are in school now you have cliques and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Young time you bring cliques and everything, but as you grow, you try to bring yourselves together, and that was what we basically did. That was what our set did basically. Maturity also had its place now, took its place, but you could just tell that the new intakes, we just basically termed ourselves the best new intakes ever. Do you understand? There was the guy that we go. I will not say we bullied, but there was the the person that would collect all the insult. That guy now, we had that guy.
Normally,
so you have that guy. Then you have the would I say amongst them you have this the famous guy in the group now. Then you have these duos now. You have this smart kid. You have this. You just had all these things. We had a mixture of everything.
Did you guys have the clown?
We had the clown.
The main guy that was if you just you want to feel good, if you just laugh like hell, just go and meet him. Just by looking at his face.
Jeffrey.
You just start laughing.
But Jeffrey was doing the new intakes. He was already in the school. Guy, but that guy was a funny guy. Yeah. Jesus.
If I call someone now, I know his Facebook name. I know he may hear this. Treasure. Let me not call his son name. Treasure guy. That guy was funny. He will coin a name for you. He will make you laugh. He to reach a point to pain you again. It reach a point he will make you laugh again. Bro. But there were times the thing is there's not only one clown in this set, it's multiple clowns. So there are times the clowns will clash themselves.
About this thing you said now, about this thing that there's only one clown. I remember like I said, one of the person that I got the worst experience from in my set, right? He just basically hated me because I'm a new student and stuff like that. And personally, I don't like carrying grudges, but if you hate me for no reason, I'm gonna hate you too. So we just knew subconsciously that we hate you, I hate you, but but I remember in SS3 when we used to do our societal gathering, this guy came out and for an hour and 30 minutes, this guy was making me to laugh. God, this guy was cracking joke. I couldn't help it, bro. Upon I hate this guy mad. I could not fucking help. I was laughing, guy. My head was spinning me, God. You're guy, calm down. I was playing some fucking purpose. I never like this guy. I don't like this guy. He was just too fucking funny to ignore. Bro. All right, so let's delve into what you think the biggest trade-off or downside of the body school is, right? Each of us give our own this thing.
Yeah.
Right. Personally, I have one, but let's start with Steve.
Me.
Yeah. What you think the biggest trade-off?
Biggest downside of boarding school? Oh my god. Biggest downside. From my own experience, I always speak from experience, but I saw a lot of people. Biggest downside, I feel maybe the environment. Maybe I don't. The thing is, the way I sap, now that I've grown up and I've recalled how boarding school was.
Yeah,
I'm grateful that I went to boarding school. Because it built me. I learned a lot of things, and the downsides were the good part of boarding school have for me outweighed
the bad.
So the bad part have become it's not even an issue. It's not. Yeah. I don't really remember it at all.
Well, I feel like you said, the good parts will definitely outweigh the bad side. I'm not going to give my good side and bad side.
Yeah, just what do you think is the biggest downside?
I feel like it is the trauma that some students, those who were basically bullied, go through, because some students will not take it as, it's just something that happened in secondary school, it's just normal stuff. Some students take it that it is just Because if you constantly just keep on happening to you, it might not force you to change. Because not everybody has like that right mindset. You understand? So
Yeah.
it might not force them to change. It might just force them to keep on believing that they would just be subjected to only bullying, like subjected to
Yes.
only bad things or bad causes.
Yeah.
That's basically what those kind of events like bullying someone,
Yeah.
beating someone, no for no good damn reason, like those kind of things. What this that is basically going to cause someone, and in the future you might just end up seeing that kind of person going on to do the same thing to somebody just because he feels like that's the right that's like oh
Mm.
that was the best
Yes.
thing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just basically the downside. So
Wait. I just remember something. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Another bad thing is influence.
Influence.
Yes. Like you can get influenced into doing things that you wouldn't normally do. And Shada is like that's a general downside
Yeah,
of
yeah,
different like social cliques or groups.
yeah.
The first time I got into trouble with the school management was because of influence. And that was because of leaving school with a forged exit. Like what happened? This is juicy. This is really juicy.
Wow.
Like I'm a person who is like gets exit because I had an advantage. I had like a connection with the clinic.
Yeah.
So I could take exit as I please. If I'm sick and I just go to clinic, once I just call my mom, she pulls up, she can get the exit. That kind of thing. So I did it, and I met this guy in SS1. So I went on exit like I think two, three times that particular term. Then it was around the end of exams, that kind of thing. When exams finish, we have this thing called free week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that back then during in secondary school, once you're done with exam, you just want to go home. Once you're done, you don't want to stay one bloody second in that school. You just want
That's
to
cool.
go home. So the guy was now like, "You, this your old exit, you know you can actually like show the gate man and he will allow you to pass, because some people are allowed to do that, like they use the exit as day student, temporary day student. So he now say you can do this now. Then he in my school, you know, for day student they wear a green collar to distinguish themselves,
Okay.
because my school we wear all white, but these students had green collars and everything, so they'll distinguish themselves. So when they want to pass the gates, it's through those green collar that they will know that okay, this is a day student. They will now allow the gate man will now allow them to pass. So he had a green collar, so he was going out by himself. So he was now like he can go home. Me too. Let me use my exit and go home, like after exams, because exams are finished. But he was like his mom didn't allow him to stay home for long because he didn't have an exit. So he was now like, let us go out. Let me use my exit and go out. He'll use his green collar and go out. Then we'll now go to a business center and then forge an exit for him, just for his mom.
Come on.
Okay, so so he was like he wanted us to forge an exit so that he can show his mom. Like that was the primary purpose of forging the exit, so that his mom will now allow him to stay at home, because his mom will not allow him to be at home when like illegally. Let it be like it's a legal thing. So I now agreed, because in my head, okay, it's just for his mom. We're just like fooling his mom, that kind of thing. So it's not really, they won't have any conflict with the school.
So you thought.
So I did it. I literally did. At that time I recently did computer training, so I went to the school. So they literally gave me a system. I did it for free. Then we got it out. I now even wrote his name and signed it. Then I now went home. Me thinking that that's so chill, like we're so smart, this kind of thing, we're home, no wahala, because I didn't see any problem. Next thing, bro, I think 2 days later, they called my mom, bro, that I should come to school. How? Bro, how did they know that I left school? How did they know that I flipping left school? Yeah, I was so like when it happened, like I was like my mom had already left the house. I was watching TV, I was eating, I was feeling so comfortable, bro. Then she just called me on my phone. Stephen, what have you done? They said you should come back to this school now. I'm like, jeez. Now I was drenched with fear. I was so afraid, guy. Next thing I didn't even wash my clothes. I used to come back. I now went to go and wash it. And then I ironed it. Then I didn't even know what was happening. What was the issue? Then my mom we were not even trying to like cook up a lie that okay, me, like how to claim myself that I'm home, I'm on exit, that kind of thing. Because I used that my exit to cross the
Yeah,
gate.
yeah.
So like that's my my alibi. That's my own excuse.
Yeah, that's the honest
But
news.
but I didn't know what was actually going on. I didn't know that guy had already casted me, had already
Ooh,
ratted me out. That
Shit.
I gave him exit. Like that's what he told the school
Damn.
authority, that I gave him exit. I now entered into the VP office, VP Spark. That's what we call, because the man used to shout a lot. The man gave him his VP Spark. Bro. I now enter his office. Guy, this man put that exit before me. The exit that we forged.
Bro.
Bro, it was so crazy. It was so crazy, guy. I saw this exit. I saw my fucking handwriting. My mom knew my handwriting. I was like, jeez. It was not like, did you give the guy named Rudolph exit? That was the guy, my friend's name. Did you give Rudolph exit? Like the man was so chill. Because the thing is, he have already heard Rudolph out. They have already ratted me out.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to lie, I'm just doing myself back.
Yeah.
So he asked whether I did it. My first instinct, my intuition said, guy, lie. No, I did not. Because I don't know what happened. I didn't know, but I was trying to like protect myself. So I said no. So I told the guy no. He was not like, okay. And the man, not his VP's back. The man used to shout. The man was so calm, like he was
Calm.
talking to me like I was his son.
Yeah.
I was even scared. Like his politeness and his like the way he was just speaking to me as if he was my dad.
Ah,
He
you
was,
could tell something was up.
something was up. So like guy, I said no. He questioned me. Then he was now like, your friend have already casted you. I've already said that you gave him this exit. And now like he says I did not like agree to give. They now told me to write a statement or what I did. I wrote that I used my exit and I left school. And the fun then I now left the office with my mom. My mom was now like, Stephen, you better go in there and tell the truth. Because I'm not ready for any of this. It's better you just tell the truth. This truth will set you free. I was like, because I'm a person who wants once the people who gave birth to me, my parents, once they speak to me, guy, no matter the evil or whatever I've done, man, I come clean, I do the right thing. So she was now, tell me the truth. And I now told my mom. Then she now dragged me, we're going back inside the office. Are you going to add it in your statement? And I went by and I told him that yes, I gave him the FC, that we went to the cyber cab and forged it. That yada yada yada. It was not like I will serve labor. They have already deported that guy. The funny thing, what was so crazy was the reason why they even noticed that guy left school was he was involved in another bad act.
Oh shit.
Some seniors and some of my mates, they stole ACs, laptops from our ICT room. They stole laptops, like brand new laptops that they donated. So that was how, like, the people who they caught ratted Rudolph out, that guy out. They now started looking for him. That's when they now called his mom. They now got him back, suspended him. Meaning, the thing is, due to the fact that there was a like more serious offense that was being treated, man was now like a minor offense. Like it was a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
No, they committed a felony. Why me? I committed a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
So they didn't. I don't know. They were like they was going to suspend. I was so scared because they can suspend me. They could deport me. Those kind of things, and it really mess up your record and that kind of. Fortunately for me, the thing is, my mom was a part of the PTA, so she didn't really like do anything, but like based on that affinity, they didn't really escalate it. So the thing I stayed back in school and then I left. The case later died down, but like the point is, influence can really make you do what.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, right, my biggest trade-off, I think, for me, the biggest downside of boarding school. Yes, I do understand the fact that boarding school memories and all these things are very, very, very good, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't say the good overlaps the bad. And yes, I know the thing about me is that I am very self-aware.
Yeah.
And when you're very, very self-aware, it kind of radiates outside you, and you're very aware of your environment. So I was very aware of how this school is actually affecting people.
Yes.
Like I could see it firsthand. Like people are actually going down the drain in real time. I could see it happen. Now one of the biggest trade-offs. Okay, our SS1 we were 300 and something, SS2 we were 300 and something. We wrote an exam called August program. Then that will determine whether I go to SS3. SS3 we were now 85. SS3 we were now 85. So in SS1 and 2 there was this sense of following the crowd and shit like that. But it was not as deep as in our SS3. In our SS3, it even went deeper. Yes, and you can call it brotherhood and all that, but like then that is now when things that actually end up paying you in life, which is standing out and being different.
Yeah.
It was kind of destroyed.
Yes.
Inside that sense of brotherhood and all those things. It was kind of like destroyed. And like I always fitted in. Right? I always fitted in. Always fitted in. Always. So like the biggest trade-off from my biggest trade-off from body school is basically what I'm now living my life around right now, which is not fitting in, not being part of the crowd, doing your own thing your own way, be authentic. I was not any of these things back in school. She grab. And like when you actually do something different, there are people that will tear you down because they are speaking from their own insecurities, right? They're not secure, so their subconscious is basically telling them, look what this person is doing, maybe this person can become something. So their first instinct will be to tear you down,
so that they'll feel good about themselves.
Exactly. They'll just try to tear you down and tear what you're doing down. And yes, I in as much as I do understand that being inside the crowd and all these things there, but like bro, it ran deep into some people's system, guy, and that is something that I had to pull out of my system. Like now you see some people that are talking about going to school to get their testimonials. They are asking people to pull up with them. You can't go alone. Like it's just like, and the thing is bad. It is very bad. For example, now let's see, when you enter your university now, your first instinct will be to go and find a crowd rather than create your own. Rather than create your own. Your first instinct will go and find a crowd. So all these things, it basically it like for me, I can't say that. Yes, I do understand the good side. I understand the good side of boarding school more than anything. Like I love my boarding school, but like I said, I am hyper self-aware, and I saw how this thing actually played out in affecting people's lives. Like once you can't move alone, you are done for. Once you can't move alone, you are done. Like you are done for. You don't build a life by moving with people. You don't build money. You don't build relationship. You don't build, like you can't build any good thing by, so like it actually runs deeper than not being able to do anything alone. I can, like you've seen how I've actually tied this thing to success. Like
yes.
You can't actually do things alone, and which was very, very bad. And I don't know about people. In fact, I doubt anybody did it. But like personally, after school, I had to like reform myself with my own two hands. I had to like kill the. That is why most people will tell you, not most people, everybody will tell you that Michelle has changed, because the version of me that existed last year and the version of me now, very two different beings, very, very two different beings, like very two different people. And I'm very, very happy that if you see me now, you won't be able to recognize me because I've changed. Change is good. Sure, you grab. So for me, the biggest trade-off of my own boarding school was people don't know, like people didn't know how to do things alone. Like I'm telling you, like you can't walk inside the refectory alone. Like you might think I'm kind of like exaggerating. Like people couldn't walk inside chapel alone. So they'll stand at the door and wait for more people to come so that they walk in together. Like you actually, like, and I was part of this shit. Like it actually goes deep. But now
my own was just because to come late. I never wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Now
if like you always like what you're saying, what I termed this when I was in secondary school was, particularly especially in SS3, I termed it the spirit of SS3. There's this, when you enter into SS3, there's this spirit, guy. It's a spirit, bro. There's no other explanation. It's a spirit that will enter you. You feel like you have arrived. You feel like you have to follow your mate. What your mates are doing, you follow them do. If they beat J-Boy, you go follow. If they come off from school, if they scale fence, go by cheap. For my school, we get two places where they buy. It was two places outside that we bought food. The first one was the closest one was cheap shit because things were cheap there. Then the one was far that was expensive. Because at cheap shit you'll be getting malamba rice with bike man they chop. But the thing we say it wasn't that bad. So we bought it. It was called the cheap shit. Then EP. Then expensive we call it EP. But like you just be following the crowd.
Yeah.
And I didn't full me too, I got that consciousness, that self-awareness, that guy, this SS3. If you notice, SS3 don't do labor, they have a lot of free time on that. And now realize that, bro, the reason why it is structured like that is for it to study for you. WAEC and all that. And while I was doing that, I became so aware that, guy, there's a lot of people who are just moving with the crowd. And doing SS3, you'll be with your phone. So phone is now, you just see people watching movie, doing this, doing that. Like they weren't building themselves. And like there's a lot of my guys that I know that are flipping smart. Like these guys' brain are hot, as in innovative and all that. There are a lot of people who like got possessed by that spirit and it didn't favor them well.
Yeah.
And when the results came out, they were like, nah, this not me. This not me. And they would have done better normally. But like and one of them that I'm still talking to, he even told me like, bro, he regrets the path he treaded on during SS3, that if he knew, he wouldn't have been doing all he was doing. Bro.
Yeah, but the thing about regret is also very, very good, right? Regret is basically what made me change after secondary school. Like you might ask me why I changed, Shigra, because even in as much as all those things were there, everybody knew me. I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm friends with most people. Especially most people that I didn't get along with in SS2. So when you're fitted with them inside one small space, you have no option but than to befriend them. And like, in as much as it was kind of like a false friendship, it ended up being a very, very good friendship. So like, there are people that I basically never ever talked to in SS2, right? But like, these people ended up being the people around me, and they became some of my closest friends. So like, most people you ask, they wouldn't see a need for me to change. For example, if you ask them who do you think is changing, I will say I'm the last person you call. But like that's not about self-awareness. When you know yourself, I knew myself. Like I knew that this shit isn't going to work. Like this part of you're not able to actually move alone, right? And when you then do, bro, people will tear you the fuck down. Bro. Like I call them. What's me and one of my good friends. Then it's called them. It's just background noise. They are always in the background making noise. For example, now you're doing a set meeting, right? You raise up your hand to say something actually smart that will help. They will not like want to raise up their hand. Then they'll stay in the background and be tearing you down. Like and people will be laughing, right? And then some people that are laughing because it's funny. Most are laughing because like they're laughing at like the version of themselves that couldn't do that thing that you did. So like it's basically easier for them to like laugh at you than to do it themselves. So this thing, like, and then now that I'm thinking about it, all the people that we termed weird back then were just the people that didn't fit in. And these are and for me these are going to be the top dogs in our set. Most people won't expect it. And I don't expect most people, but like I can easily call out some people now like this that bro, they didn't ever fit in. I remember like two people, like they didn't ever fit in, and there was one that he didn't even give a shit. Safe. He used to draw. He used to write comics, and personally, I love anime and all these things. So I always used to read his comics. If let's say now, if I have opportunity to talk with the guy again, now that I understand branding and business and all this, I can actually give the guy practical advice on how he can actually establish himself as an artist and all these things. So like this guy never ever fitted in. And tomorrow, if this guy is the top dog in our set, people will be surprised, but I wouldn't be, because I actually understand all these things that fitting in as much as is good, but like it kills a part of you. Like it kills a part of you. Like there are things that I do now. Like there are versions of myself that like I didn't even know exist. It was all because I was fitting in.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, that is basically the biggest trade-off. And like I would say, I don't think that I can say that the good side outweighs the bad side, because I've showed you how this thing even runs deep in actually not making a person successful in life. So like I won't say that yes, I do love my boarding school and I enjoy all this things, but like, I won't say that the good side outweighs the bad side, because the bad side on its own, even though most people couldn't see it, personally to me it stands out like fuck.
After what you have said, I
Yeah.
was reminiscing,
Mm.
and think I've shifted my own opinion to yours because as I look back, like most people around me, most of my set mates, I mean, most people who even graduate from secondary school, a substantial amount of them don't really get this self-awareness.
Yes.
They don't really realize that if I continue like this, always joining the crowd, always doing what people are doing, I will not amount to anything in the future. There's now like as we were just speaking, I was just remembering. I can remember a lot of people who were just like seeking the approval of those people who we term senior men.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
They were
Exactly.
looking for their approval. They were looking to just rub body. And there are people who were like kissing their ass like on a norms for them to just be
Yeah.
guys, so-called guys. And when you think about it, it doesn't amount to anything. You're friends with somebody. That person probably doesn't have anything. He's just doing all those like typical things that so-called senior men do, as in they jump fence, they pitching
Yeah.
boys,
Yeah.
this kind of thing. And it doesn't really get any like
Yeah.
praiseworthy thing.
And then
out of it.
the funny part is that when you don't now do all these things, right? When you don't now do all these things, you're now being looked down on. Personally,
Yes.
I didn't care about that part. I mean, in as much as I did fit in, like I wasn't so extreme.
Yeah.
Right, I always knew my lines. I always knew I couldn't jump fence. I always knew I can't actually bully a junior student to give me his food. Personally, that is stupid. No matter how hungry you are,
Yeah.
there are things that I just knew I couldn't do. I don't care what your fucking opinion is.
Yeah.
So you grab. But then also there are now sides, and you know it goes back to that thing that the angel you don't know is worse than the devil you know, something like that. So like those part of me that I knew I couldn't do, it was not even like bad compared to where I now fit in, right? Which is not being like I could just keep on going and going and going and going and going and going and going. Right?
I have something to share, based on this, like, because I've listened to everything that you guys have said, and like you said, you say the bad side, you feel like it's always the good side, and then you also like shifting towards this ideology. But personally,
Yeah.
I was saying on my secondary school days, the good side overweigh the bad side, right? In the sense that I mean, I can take picture, I can get out like a lot of things that I did learn, right? I did learn a lot because you said something about regrets, right? And I think this is the reason why I'm saying that the good side is always the bad side, and I see it as that because I don't believe in regrets. I don't believe in that idea of regrets because the truth about regrets is like something that makes you reminiscent, like it makes you think about the nonsense, the wickedness that people probably did to you, or you did, the rubbish that you did, the mistakes or whatever errors that you made, or errors that other people made towards you, and still things that people did to you. Like you just that idea, you like play a stance more on that idea. You feel you might fail to learn the values or the meanings to every single thing that happened. Right? That's just basically the ideology that I have, and now what I believe in. I have told you, Michelle, like I don't believe in the idea of regrets, and this is why I tell you that okay, the good side outweigh the bad side, and the good side is, the problems that we used to have with, oh my god, why are we going to refectory now by this time? Why are we waking up by this time? Like you see the idea of time and order, right? But in school, that taught me a lot because now that in university that we have classes by 8 o'clock. There's nobody's going to tell you to wake up by 5. No one's going to tell you to do this. Like these are the reasons why those things happened, right? And they're not going to force you to. They're going to force you then, but you're going to be wishing that, oh, like I assuming I inculcated it in my, like, okay, normal life, then it will be easier for me in university. So you see that you can actually learn something from these things that you felt like wasn't nice towards you. Maybe they were even flogging you to wake up on the bed. You feel like that kind of thing. So you see now, I see that okay, now these are the good times. You miss those times, that kind of thing. Now you have to basically, so or you look at like the times where you are being forced to meditate in the chapel or something like that. You're wasting your time saying, I want to go and eat. Why are we doing reflection now in the chapel? I use that time to, understand what the true fact, the true meaning to what self meditation is, right? Self meditation basically has really helped me in this journey, right? And Michelle told, even I yourself have changed like a lot, right? And one of the biggest reasons is because of this idea of self meditation. and I learned it just because I learned it from what the same in a secondary school that. And this was during the times where people used to complain. Even I used to complain at a point that, Father, Afana, release us now. Like, I just me this meditation will be meditate like this. So, like, that was like, these are the things that I just took out and was like, okay, these are the things I'm going to learn. I'm not going to look at it and be like, yo, these people did me bad, or these people did, what is it called? Because at the end of the day, it is the person that chose to do that thing in that moment, right? It's what I choose to do that will determine every single thing, not what somebody chooses to do for me. Do you understand? I won't let that shit happen. So it's just basically that, and I chose that. I chose to learn from every single thing and look at it from. I will not say what I say. I won't say a different angle, but I look at it as there is a teaching to every single thing, and there's a lesson to learn from every single thing, and that is why I'll tell you that the good side always over the bad side.
Yeah. Like just hearing you talk, I noticed that I was speaking from a general perspective, right?
Yeah.
I was telling you about SS3, not about me, right? And if I'm now to tell you about me, which I just got from what you were saying right now, if I'm not to tell you about me, I'll say that the good side did overweigh the bad side.
Yeah.
Because in as much as those people didn't notice this thing, I did notice
Exactly.
it. I did. So from a personal perspective, yeah, the good side actually did
Over
overweigh
the bad side.
the bad side. Yeah.
Based on everything that have been said, I don't want to be jumpy.
Yeah,
It seems like
yeah.
I'm jumping from two different ideas.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no
but
problem.
like as you guys are speaking, I'm remembering more, and
Yeah,
then like gathering my thoughts and forming new opinions.
yeah, that's okay.
Like from what Tony said about what we learned from like the lifestyle, the regimented lifestyle of secondary school, it was structured. I mean, it really helped me even in my preparations for like exams and everything. I literally had a timetable. I literally prepped my life. It was because everything was regimented, it was scheduled. So you know the
do those things.
yeah. So like you to build you to train you on how to like literally like systematize your day, like from wake up to sleep. Because
Yeah,
you're okay, you're waking up 5 a.m, but you can decide to beat the day before and maybe sleep during from 5 to like 6:30 when dining is happening. But okay, you're waking up 5, you have morning dining by 6:30, you know that by 7 a.m you're in class, by 8 a.m class is starting, by 11 p.m. you're having break. But like it will make you be so conscious about time, which is a very vital
thing.
a very vital thing you have to have
Yeah.
in this life. You have to be conscious of time because time is one currency that you don't know how much you have left. And if you're not able to like spend it correctly, like if you're not able to spend this correctly, man. I got this from a girl yesterday. Her name is Excel. She just gave me the quote, bro. The thing just stick. I'm a person. Once I hear one like a quote that has a lot of meaning, I like to put it in my heart because those kind of things will be helping you when you're thinking. You now remember this, man. So that's it.
Yeah,
For me.
personally, I really enjoy this episode because getting to think back on this life, because everything we are saying now came from our own unique experiences a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, all these things. So like I got you guys' perspective on things, and personally I also learned something new because personally anytime you ever ask me this question about trade-off or benefits, there's a personal reason why I wanted to talk about this topic, and it was about this thing I was saying about the trade-offs. But until hearing Tony say what he said about how it actually helped him, and I now realized that I was always coming from a general perspective. A general perspective. Subconsciously, that is just me. I always come from a general perspective, right? But actually, looking at it from my own personal perspective, I would only say that the trade-offs outweighs the benefit, bro. The benefits were mad. Like there are people, there are friends I made in secondary school, right? That I know that these people, like, I'm going to work with them all my life,
bro.
because like we are those very very few, but we always believe in getting better.
Yeah.
We always believe in getting better. We always believe. So actually getting to know these people, especially one person that I just like, we just got to connect in SS3. and basically we're like best of friends now. Like what connected us was anime. Basically anime. We used to talk about
Yeah.
anime. Then we now actually started talking about people's behavior.
Yeah.
The guy is also very, very fucking self-aware guy. He is very self-aware. And just
Yeah.
like when you are very self-aware, it will reflect in your you can like project it on your environment. You can be
Yes.
aware of your environment. So
Yeah.
the guy like that time, I don't know about now, but like that time I know that this anytime me and this guy are talking, guys, this guy used to say things that like that happens, but nobody ever
You gotta
notices.
notice it.
I remember he did that. Sorry, I'll soon round up. I remember he did that in my corner. We what we call it is what we call it is conk. So we're drinking
Yeah.
Gary. So
Yeah.
people came. We're just eating, and the guy was there. The guy was there. Something happened in that corner. I was there when it happened, but I didn't read
Read the room.
meaning into it.
Yeah.
Then this guy now called me one side one day and was now telling me about that person. Right? He was telling me that this person is kind of like a come when you have, go when you don't have.
Yeah.
So he was not like
Yeah.
if you noticed when the guy came was when the thing was remaining big, and when I was now giving people, he saw the thing was getting more. He now left. I swear to God, I didn't notice that thing. I'm sure
Yeah,
that
with our
like
friends.
the guy like he knows how to see things like so like I connected with some kind of people, so I can't say personally that the trade-offs were bigger than the benefits, and it's something that was even basically ready to argue right or die. But just hearing Tony's perspective, like I can't say that the trade-offs were better than
You know,
benefits.
the thing is like I would like to say like in conclusion or like to close this
Yeah.
is it's dependent on the individual.
Exactly.
It's like really
Exactly.
you have to just be factual. It's dependent on the individual.
On the
There
individual.
are people who like got self-aware. There were people who were like messed up by secondary school. They didn't really realize this. They were just going with the flow, and the flow took them nowhere. There were people who were in the flow, and they now met some people who actually like make like how like stimulated our critical thinking skills, and they
Yeah.
started getting aware of all these things, and they changed. Like I know someone who was like he didn't really he's not really like his mindset was like poor. Like he didn't really see himself amounting to anything due to the fact that his parents aren't really that rich, or they don't have money the way like many people parents do. So his mindset was so limited. When you talk to this guy, he's not really thinking big, and he babs. So like he was interacting with us, we came close. From there, he started like his mindset started expounding. Started seeing like he started like detaching himself from his former like mindset that he's going to be small. Started thinking big.
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
despite
Despite your background.
despite my background, I can still amount to something very great.
Yeah.
So it's just generally, I be like in conclusion, it's just dependent on the individual.
On the individual, actually. Yeah. So
And I also say something about like what's it called this secondary school, if like things that happen in secondary school, because
yeah.
like you said, you had this rough and you also had this rough in secondary school, and I feel like the things that happened to us while we were on in secondary school needed to happen to each and every one of us.
Yeah.
Right, it just basically because I did not have it as rough as many people had it, right?
Yeah.
It was still the same basically.
It goes back to that thing you say that life is not perfect, but it's as good as it needs to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like this person had it rough, this person had it rough. I had it the way I had it, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you learned a lot.
Exactly.
And you definitely learned a lot. So
Exactly.
it's just that's basically what you just needed to happen.
Yeah. And then these different perspectives now, right?
Yeah.
When we are now talking, like we are now opening new doors, like we are now getting new experiences and all these things. Yeah, actually.
So that's basically life, man. I mean, all of us here in this room like this now, all of us here had it rough somehow in secondary school.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, this topic was like it did definitely sharpened us because right now we are here, and then I mean very very soon now we'll be thinking about the billions. Living in the billions, but yeah. That's it. Yeah,
thank you so much, Stephen, for being with us on this particular episode. If you have any comments, suggestions, whatever it is, our comment box is always open. See you on the next episode.